The Detroit Titans season may have ended, but on Tuesday, March 20th, there was still some exciting postseason basketball being played at Calihan Hall. After winning their first regional title since 1925, the Lake Orion High School boys basketball team, along with their loyal fans, headed to the University of Detroit for their 2012 Class A boys basketball tournament quarterfinals match against Macomb L'Anse Creuse North. Neither team was expected to make it this far, setting up one of the more surprising matchups in this year's run to the state finals. We caught up with Lake Orion's athletic director Bill Reiss and asked him about this magical postseason run.
Well, this is just so important to get this far. We know we've had a good program coming up, a bunch of young kids that are playing together now. We've been historically a very, very strong football, baseball, golf, but basketball kind of lagged a little bit. Now we feel like we've kind of got to the precipice and hopefully we can go on. Well, I think it was the win against Rochester. They were on a 20-game winning streak. We knew we could play tough with them. We took it to a double overtime and then lost them in our own gym. But when we beat them and we knew we could beat it, was a whole new belief that was instilled. Tom did a great job of teaching a defensive mode. We've always had big-time scorers, but now we're playing defense, selfish basketball, and that's why we're here today.
Both teams' fan bases traveled well, creating an exciting atmosphere to start the game. After quickly falling behind 4-0, John McCarty converted on a three-point play to pull within one. Early on, it looked like L'Anse Creuse's stifling defense was going to suffocate Lake Orion. A couple of blocked shots led to multiple turnovers and some easy points at the other end of the court. Eventually, though, Lake Orion's bigs were able to fight through the physical D and penetrate the basket. Lake Orion pulled ahead and finished the first quarter up by 2 baskets with a 14-10 lead. The second quarter began with a couple of L'Anse Creuse mistakes, leading to some offensive opportunities for Lake Orion, but they were unable to pull away due to Creuse's pesky defense. Junior guard John Allen blocked multiple shots, keeping L'Anse Creuse in the game. It was a 1-point difference at halftime with Lake Orion on top 18-17. In the third quarter, John McCarty and Justin Wallaconis powered the Lake Orion offense. McCarty was able to make a couple easy buckets, draw a foul, and drain his free throws. His penetration led to some wide open shots for Wallaconis. Justin also created some turnovers for some fast break points. Lake Orion ended the third quarter up by 3 points, 29-26. But in the fourth quarter, L'Anse Creuse's Tyler Conklin and Robert Hopkins took the game over. Conklin stepped up his defense, creating turnovers with a couple of steals and blocked shots. Hopkins scored 11 of his team's 24th quarter points. In the end, Lake Orion wasn't able to hold on, falling to Creuse 46-40 and missing out on a trip to the Breslin Center. Coach Risi spoke with the media after the game about how his boys played.
I thought we played a little tentative defensively sometimes. I thought defensively our rotations weren't that strong. We didn't play as good as we could play. We've had better games, but a lot of these kids were, of our first 7 guys, we're playing with 2 seniors and the rest are sophomores and juniors. So we have a young team, and hopefully they grew up a little bit tonight.
Coach also spoke about his seniors and how their leadership contributed to the playoff run.
If you saw Brad when he started out this year, and you saw how he ended, he came a long way. There were games where he just took over the game inside, and I thought Brad had a terrific senior season. I think he had a heart of a lion a lot of times. And I think Justin, look at who he defended over the playoffs. We put him on Taylor Perry. We put him on every team we had. He was on their best offensive player. And I'll tell you what, he shut most of them down. Every team we played in this playoff run, he kept the opposing player well short of their game average.
Despite the disappointing loss, Coach Risi reflected on this special season and postseason run.
I gotta tell you, I think this is a great first step in making Lake Orion basketball something special going down the road. I think we've built a foundation that now we're gonna hopefully continue next year. We've got a lot of youth. A lot of youth played tonight. They played all year, and if we can build that experience next year, we're returning 7 kids who are getting major minutes this year. And I'm hoping that this is a start of something special for the next few years at Lake Orion. And there's no reason it shouldn't be. We've got some real talented kids. Both our JV and our freshman team won their divisions. I think our JV and our freshman teams had like 7 losses between them. So we've got a lot of talent coming up. And now that it's funny because now that people get to this point of the playoffs, they get hungry. Once you've been here, you want to get back. And now these kids understand what it takes to get here. And hopefully hopefully we'll get back here next year. But we gave them a taste of success. We gave them a taste of what it's like to get this far to the quarterfinals, and I got to tell you, hopefully they want to get next year.
From Detroit, I'm Joe Velez reporting for ONTV News.